Think about any reservations that someone may have, and your content really should focus on answering those questions. And ultimately, that's going to help increase the conversion rates that happen.
Welcome to Amplify with White Knight Productions. I'm your host, Gavin Tice. At White Knight, we're all about amplifying voices through storytelling. And in this series, we'll be connecting with industry professionals who know how to boost messages far and wide. Today, we're thrilled to have Lori Highby talk us through creating content that converts. Once you get someone looking at your content, you have to get them comfortable enough to take the next step. How do you recommend that you do this?
So once you've captured someone's attention, meaning they liked the headline, now you have to make sure that you retain their interest. You need to make sure that you're answering any objections that someone may have with regards to whatever your offering is. An objection could be something along the lines of, this costs too much money, I don't have the money right now. An objection could be, I don't have the time to do this right now. Another objection could be, are you the right person to actually do this for me? So think about any reservations that someone may have, and your content really should focus on answering those questions. And ultimately, that's going to help increase the conversion rates that happen.
Do you have any other tips regarding content writing itself?
When you are creating content, you want to make sure that you're writing it or crafting it in a way no different than you are actually just speaking. That is more authentic, and it's easier to digest. The easier the information is to digest, the more likely people are going to continue to listen or watch or read. If they have to think too hard about the information that's being conveyed, it's going to be less likely that they're going to continue to, read, watch, listen, whatever it is. Keep it simple. Get right to the point. Feel free to tell the story, but as long as it's easy to understand, it's going to be more likely that they're going to continue to want to hear from you.
Once you've got all the content put together, how do you make sure it's getting seen? What steps should you take to promote it, and which platforms should you consider sharing it on?
It's understanding your customer or that ideal person that you are speaking to or trying to capture their attention of, and understanding where are they hanging out online. The better that you understand where they're hanging out, that's really where you should be positioning your content. So there's lots of ways that you can do that. You can identify someone that already has the attention of that audience and try to create a strategic alliance with them where they're advocating for you and sharing your content. You can leverage paid channels and push your message in front of others to create awareness about what it is that you're offering and the message that you have to provide, or simply organically over time build that audience by building the relationships with others and pushing that content on those channels. So really it depends on where your ideal customer is hanging out.
Lori, are there any things that you should stay away from or do nots when it comes to content marketing?
What I see is people getting overwhelmed because they're trying to do everything. A great example right now, Clubhouse is a hot channel to be on. There's a lot of positive attributes with this platform. However, you don't have to be in every single space. Rather, I would recommend really focusing on the areas where your ideal customer is, and maybe they are in a couple different channels. Pick one, start with one and master it and own it and build your audience and your following in that platform versus trying to spread yourself out too thin.
Thank you so much, Lori, for sharing your insider knowledge on creating content that converts. To learn more about Lori and her company Keystone Click, visit keystoneclick.com. And to hear more insider scoops on how to amplify your story, be sure to follow White Knight Productions on your preferred social media for updates on future episodes.